Do you realize that the people who give in your church are the people who are serving? Do you also realize that the people who stay in your church and remain there as faithful members are the people who are serving? A lot of times we don't associate equipping people for ministry with developing an effective stewardship strategy. But in this segment, we're going to focus upon the need to equip people to find their place of ministry within the church. When people are serving in ministry, they have a sense of ownership. And when they have a sense of ownership, they will give and see giving as an investment in the mission of the church. When people have a sense of ownership, they will also stay and remain as faithful members in the congregation. So the question that is posed to us is, how do we equip people to find their place of ministry? Well, I want to present two ideas. One is to consider offering an ongoing course of study. Three possibilities include these. One is a study called Place. A second is a study titled Shape. And a third study is Jesus on Leadership. All three of these studies use an acronym to emphasize learning. And in the Place study, obviously the acronym is PLACE, and in Shape it's SHAPE, in Jesus on Leadership it's SERVE. And all three of these courses they have some common elements. They're helping you identify your spiritual gifts, your abilities, your personality type, your life experiences. One that I particularly like and have used in my ministry is the Shape study. As a matter of fact, I enjoy talking to people sometimes in 5 to 10 minute conversations about their shape. And Eric Ries is the author of this resource. And in this resource, he poses and addresses some important questions. And one question is, what does God want me to do in ministry? A second question is, what does God want me to do with the rest of my life? And Eric Ries says that if you will identify 5 things about your life, you will be well on your way to answering those 2 very important questions. And so in the Shape study, you will study your spiritual gifts. Every Christian has at least a spiritual gift, if not several spiritual gifts. What are those gifts and how can they be used in ministry? The H represents your heartfelt passion. God has created us to have a passion for certain things, certain people groups, certain causes. Your passion is the thing that you want to do without anybody coercing you to do. The A stands for your abilities. We all have abilities, but the issue is, how do we take our abilities and use them to glorify God, serve Him, and serve people? The P stands for your personality type. Many of us are more introverted in nature. Others are extroverted in nature. God uses all types of personalities in unique ways for His kingdom work. So how can my personality be uniquely used in ministry? The E stands for life experiences, both good and bad. Many times our greatest ministry can flow out of our most painful life experience. So how do I take my life experiences and what I have learned from God from them and help others and serve others? So I would encourage you to consider a course of study, but secondly, I would encourage you to consider an interview process. Many times churches conduct good studies. They glean great information, but they don't do anything with that information. And so I would encourage you to have a team of individuals who would interview each of these class participants. In each of these 3 courses that I've suggested, you will have a summary sheet that summarizes what you've learned about yourself in the study. The interviewer would sit down with this person who's just completed the study and basically answer the so what question. I've learned these things about myself, so what? What implications does that have for me being involved in ministry? And so that conversation might begin something like this. Now, I've noticed here on your Shape profile that one of your spiritual gifts is evangelism. Well, let's talk about some of the ministries that are currently going on in the life of our church that might be a good expression of your gift of evangelism. One is that we have a Tuesday night visitation program. The second one is that we are now teaching faith, and we're going out and visiting people, sharing the gospel, and inviting people to Sunday school. So there are two ministries we currently have that might be an expression of your shape. So if you get the picture, what you're doing is you're talking through their shape, what they've learned, and you're making this connection between what they've learned and a place of ministry. So as you think about developing a strategy for equipping people to find their place of service, focus on two things: an ongoing course of study and an interview process that helps them make the connection between what they've learned and an actual ministry placement. For more information on developing a strategy to equip people to find their place of ministry, please contact the Church Development Team office at the number on the screen, or you can visit our website at www.kybaptist.org. Thank you.